All right, hello everyone, and welcome to today's video. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you my game plan for Genshin Impact version 4.4. We're going to be back here in Leeway for another Lantern Rite Festival, which will probably all over the place here when time comes. So let's start off with the banners. So we have a new character, new 5-star character in phase one, plus a new 4-star in phase one. Don't think that the banners are out yet, at least as far as when I recorded this video. And so, so what am I going to do? Well, first of all, as far as the reruns, I don't have Yaimiko, don't have Zhao. Feel like I've passed on them so many times. Probably never going to have. So, so we're probably gonna we're I'm looking more at Nikita than anybody else. No, there's that human version of Cloud Retainer, which I know is gotta be a thing for some people. That's not a thing for me to be honest. So anyway, so that just leaves Nahida by default. So what can I get for Nahida? Well, first of all, let's take a look at how few wishes I have right now after getting a C2 Raiden Shogun. So I have 24 wishes plus just a little bit over 2,000 Prima gems. So let's say that's probably in the mid 30s right there. So I'm not thinking I'm going to be able to get all the way to a maxed out level 90 set of wishes to get Nahida to the next constellation, which for me would be C2. So at C2, opponents are marked by the seeds of Skanda, which is what she marks them with her elemental skill, applied by Nahida herself. Else will be affected by two effects. First, burning, bloom, hyper bloom, and burgeon reaction damage they can receive can score crit hit. Crit rate and crit damage are fixed at 20 and 100% respectively. So they are not the crit rate and crit damage of the activator, and it doesn't. And Nahida does not have to be the final activator. She just needs to mark the. So if for example Kuki Shinobu is triggering Hyper Bloom, then they can receive crits, and it's better than it's there's nothing lost from it. Otherwise Hyper Bloom doesn't. Then within 8 seconds of being affected by Quicken, Aggravate, or Spread, defense is decreased by 30%. Quicken, Aggravate, and Spread, I'm not sure if that happens too often when I use Nahida, because I'm usually using Nahida kind of as a midpoint for Hyper Bloom. So it's either so going from either Barbara to Nahida or Nahida to Barbara, and then finished off with usually what I'm up to. I guess Quicken and Aggravate do happen. I don't know if Spread happens that I play. I'll have to watch my City of Gold replay, see if that happens. But C2 could be useful. Um, I think it's probably gonna be more useful for other teams I've seen, more so than my team. My team is kind of meant to maximize the seed of stored knowledge, which basically gives you an extra count to each of the elemental types of the party. Can't go above two, but if you happen to have a electro and hydro character all on your team, then you can get the maximum possible bonus. Where's my push the wrong button? It's my oh really well you'll have to take my word. Anyway, so let's so Nahida I would say probably is I could take a run at trying to get her to C2. The difficulty is I might not get a 5 star in time, and even if I do, I'd have to survive to 50-50 to get Nahida to C2, which may or may not happen. As for the weapon, I think sacrificial fragments can stay right where it is. I know she has a weapon, but if I don't think I can get her to her Constellation 2, then the weapon would be an even longer shot. And that brings us to the topic of the guaranteed leeway 4 star get at the during the lantern rite. So for me, it's a pretty easy decision because there's only two characters to choose from, since all the other ones are maxed out at C6. Obviously, Gaming would be one of them, and the other one would be Yao Yao, because I only have Yao Yao at C4. So at C5, she gets a 3 level boost to Moonjade Descent, which I believe is her burst. I always keep forgetting which one. But yes, so getting a boost to her burst would be really good. And then the last C6, um, for every two, so that gives you the big um, radishes that deal AoE dendro damage based on 75% of her attack and restores HP for the active character based on 7.5% E. What I like about the what I like about her constellation, she can be a really good healer right out of the box. But the more constellations you have, the less that artifacts have to and weapons have to do in order to um, keep her healing going. Right now, I have the Skyward Spine, and for her circlet, I have an attack circlet. It's that one right there. So that brings her attack to a quite hefty amount, which may not make as much sense right out of the bat, but she doesn't need much more HP than what she currently has. So I probably could even get by with even less if she gets to C6. So I think that is really going to be the my wish priority for phase one is I might try to go for Nikita, but if there's one thing that could be a certainty for me going for Nikita, would be if Yao Yao is one of the two other 4 stars on the banner. Of course, it's not going to be. There's only 2 slots after Gaming, so and I'm not really I could take or leave Gaming at this point. I mean, he does look good, but he also looks like it would be another Pyro Claymore, of which I already have. All right, let's go to my Kanban board. Um, so yeah, I got a lot. I got everything I wanted done in 4.3 that I thought I was going to. So Rena's finally level 90, so is Toma. So next, first in 4.4, it's finally going to be Charlotte's turn. I don't have enough Jade right now, but it's going to have to be good enough because we have to do this stupid thing where we have to use the speed up the experimental field generator, which doesn't drop Jade, is what it is. The other thing I have to be very mindful of is that I don't have enough barrel conscious to get her all the way through all of her ascensions. But as long as I don't completely space out and don't collect them, I should be. I have 90 right now. As for Mona, I have enough hydro. That's not a problem. Have enough whopper flowers. That's not a problem. The Oceanid in Liyue, it was, I know a lot of us, when we think about that one, having left Liyue a long time ago, we keep thinking, oh, that thing's awful. That's terrible. It's actually not too bad once you have a lot of really good. Yanfei can basically just solo CM. Much like with Charlotte, there's a matter of the Philanimo mushrooms. They show up pretty in pretty good clusters, and they're not really where there's a lot of enemies around. It's just a matter of making sure that I do them, which is. But it looks like from what I have right now, all it would take is two good farming runs, and it's going to be done. So as long as I actually do it, should be. So as for weapons, you can see that I'm only scheduling two for 4.4, and that's because I need to be able to replenish my weapons experience because I've used so much of it because I kept going 3 and 3 and 3. So I'm only going to do two. Fruit of Fulfillment is pretty much going to be the weapon I'm going to give Mona. It basically converts attack to elemental mastery, and I have it in my head. It remains to be seen whether it's going to be really smart or really stupid to basically give her an Emblem of Severed Fate set with all EM. It could work, should work, but we'll see if it does. But yeah, Oasis Garden set in Sumero on Tuesday and Friday. I've had one made with that set not too long ago, so I'm kind of low on it, but not completely out. It shouldn't take too long to get everything I need to do the Fruit of Fulfillment. And then the second one I'm going to do is the Sacrificial Jade. I don't have anyone lined up for it right now, but as I mentioned before, what I found out is if I don't level things up to level 90, then I forget I have them. So Sacrificial Jade is kind of going up. Then I'll have the Battle Fjords as my Battle Pass weapon, but I'm not going to plan on doing that right away. I do have the sword from the end of the really, really long World Quest event uh, from Fontaine. I will do that later, but not in. So talent levels. So we got Yunjin and Shangling all completed and ready to go. So we're good with that. So we're going to be picking up Yao Yao and Bennett, as well as Chi Chi and Kaching. So we're going to keep working on trying to get as many of these up to 9 across as I can. I know for some of these, it's overkill to do all of them to level 9. I just, it makes my brain feel happier to get them all 9. Of course, I have Charlotte and Mona all to 6 once they get past level 70. And as far as the as far as the spread of Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday sets, you can see that there are no Wednesday, Saturday sets this time. Everything is either Monday, Thursday, or Tuesday, Friday. So I'll just have to keep an eye on that. Looks like it's mostly mostly a pretty even split. And then comes the artifact. I didn't think I'd get this done in 4.3, and I was right. Toma with the Flower of Paradise Lost set, high EM, HP second, and then Kuki Shinobu looking for something that's exactly the same. These sets were going to take a long time, no matter what, because there's just you have to go through so many artifacts to get. anything that is elemental mastery in Sans Goblet or and we all know that. We all know that. It is part of the game. So I go in there, I get as many artifact runs as done as I can, but obviously I usually get more of them done once I'm no longer distracted by getting talent levels done. But yeah, that's pretty much what I'm working on, and then Mona is going to get her emblem of severed fate set, but she's basically going to be recycling all of the Flower of Paradise Lost artifacts I have no intention of building, as well as all the Desert Pavilion Chronicle pieces. That's it. Hopefully, hopefully you're looking forward to Genshin Impact version 4.4 as much as I am. Yeah, but we're all looking forward to Lantern Rite Festival, aren't we? Can't hear you. All right, if you are looking forward to Lantern Rite Festival, please consider leaving me a like. Subscribe to this channel and follow me on Twitch. I stream Genshin Impact twice a week on Twitch. Leave a comment below. Let me know what your plans are for version 4.4. Who are you pulling for? Who's your guaranteed leeway invite going to? And all that wonderful stuff. Thank you very much. I'll see you in the next video.